Round, round, get around, we get around. Round, round, get around, we get around, we get around. Do do do. Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Traveller the Bomber, sponsored by Mongoose Publishing. My name is Jack Squarepeg, and up and around me, as always, is my team, the Swift Sunrise. We're going to be playing some Traveller in just a moment, but before we do, number one, we need a Maybelline face, because apparently you dropped out in the in-between. It's not your fault. It's probably, well, I mean, it's your fault in that it's your internet. But other than that, it's... I know, we can hear you, but it's weird. I'm literally putting in your link.
Look, at least there's a really cute photo of me on stream, so that's fine.
That's true. I don't know what's happening. You might need to pop in and out again, Pickles. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I have no idea what's going on there. Let me try once more.
Hates me.
Hang on. Why is everyone taking my
that's not working.
about the stable internet right now?
Yeah. They're coming for your crown, Cam.
Cam,
okay.
I don't want it. You can have it.
I can have the unstable internet. Thank you.
So his private messages, Cam just written back off.
You can only be one.
All right, we're going to introduce ourselves while Pickles does a quick thing. The good news is, Pickles, we can still hear you, so it's all good.
Okay, we'll take that and talk back.
But yes, Nick, who are you playing? And the roleplay warm-up question of the day is, what does your character, what's their default kind of mood? Like, what has, like, their, how do I phrase this? Is your character, do you think your character is more of an optimist or a pessimist or somewhere in between? Like when they're looking at things, what do you think their perspective on things is? And feel free to elaborate on that if you like.
I'm Nick. I'm playing our Marine medic, Colt. His default sort of mentality to everything is he's quite pessimistic.
Yeah, that makes sense. Why do you think that is?
He's just seen the worst of it and been told go fix it. It's always left to the common soldier, the grunt, to piece together the pieces of the nobility.
Understood. Absolutely. Okay, Karen, same questions.
I am Karen. I play Octavia Lastlight, the Chaos Gremlin of Chaos Gremlins, who is currently sober. I am gonna say that she's all of them. I think it really depends on the day, the hour, the minute. She doesn't really have like a basic, you know, like stance on most things. I suppose she is a bit more pessimistic than optimistic, but like, yeah, it just depends. Did she wake up on the right side of the bed today? Yes. Maybe she's optimistic, but maybe she's not. Maybe getting up on the right side of the bed has turned her pessimistic. Who knows? Yeah, it's a role.
Here's a question for you. Is, because I can sort of relate to this. Possibly, I want to know kind of where the head is at in terms of this. Do you think it's a situation where your character like does this on purpose, or do you think it's just a response to stimuli, so to speak? Like they've kind of been incentivized to almost go with the flow as much as possible?
Yeah, look, I think it has a lot to do with the fact that, you know, she pretty much was homeless and kind of had to go with the flow for a really long time.
Yep.
But also, like, it wouldn't surprise me if she does have those self-aware days. Like, I definitely think there are days where you, like, these other characters would see, like, actual clarity from her, and then maybe it's, like, doing it on purpose. It just kind of depends on the clarity of her, to be honest. She's so, like, wishy-washy when it comes to that kind of stuff. But, yeah, look, I think, you know, it's a trauma response almost, just to, like, not have to deal with it, you know?
Yeah. You know what I was thinking of, to be honest, you've heard this story before, but the way you described it kind of reminded me of that classic story where I realized Izzy was the person for me, because she called me out one time when basically I was living with her for about 2 years at this point, and she asked me, because I was still living in Queensland at the time, she's like, why don't you unpack your shit?
Right?
And
Yeah.
it was like, it kind of reminded me of that. It's like she hasn't had the stability to not kind of turn that part of herself off over time, and
Yeah.
so she's used to kind of things going wrong, so kind of the mental equivalent of having a bag packed already sort of thing.
Absolutely. Like she is the person that knows every exit in every sort of room, mainly just because she's like, meh, shit could go down. Not necessarily, oh, I need to get out of this room, just more like, meh, I know my luck.
Yeah, and that's what that reminded me of, and that's when I knew that Izzy was for me, because it's just like, I guess,
calling me
because
out.
because I don't expect things to go well for me, hey? And she's like, yeah, well, I'm not going anywhere. You can unpack your shit. And by that, I mean, do it, because it's annoying me. Like, it was like just all over the place. I'm being glib for the sake of humor, but it was definitely, it was a much needed conversation. Steven, who are you, who you're playing, and what's your character's default mindset? Sounds like a fucking grind podcast. It's like, what's your mindset? What time do you get?
You're not rich. You're not small.
That's
Are you even a man?
yeah, very that.
Shout out to Andrew Tate.
Bless.
My name's
Yeah.
Steven. I am playing. Why? I didn't say it.
You know
It was
what you
AI.
did.
It was AI.
I mean, to be fair, he was
Yeah.
quoting it. You know.
I am playing Atten Trask, cop, detective extraordinaire, breaker of noses, breaker of hearts, petter of puppies. His mindset is that of a reserved, just, I wouldn't say stoic, kind of stoic, just because of just his job and his career.
Can I
very-
push a little further with you? When you say stoic,
Sure.
do you mean he's reserved because he expects something bad to happen? So stoic is what the people see. What's happening underneath? Why is he stoic? What is he hiding? That's my
Because
question.
he's seen so much bad.
Uh-huh.
He's just very much protective, always protective.
There you go.
He
That makes
he
sense.
With
So
his
very similar to
daughter,
Octavia, but in a different direction.
with
Octavia's
his-
past, you've got armor on, but it's kind of the
Hmm.
same thing. It's a response to trauma.
and yeah, it's very much because of his daughter. He has a very protective kind of streak to him. He doesn't like defenseless or innocent, especially the ladies. Doesn't like them being pushed around or being, put down, because he's hashtag boss girl dad.
Yo, boss
and he will
dad?
fuck yeah, no, I don't. And he will
He's just a
fight you.
sweet little girly pop.
Yeah. He,
You've seen
he will-
Boss Baby. Now get ready for.
he fights the criminals by day, and by night he sips tea with his daughter at her
Mhm.
playset.
Yep, I'm here for it. How old is your daughter supposed to be now?
Now, that was back in the day. Now
Ah.
she's like 24.
Yeah. Yeah.
She's moved on to like college.
Now
Oh,
they
man.
play tea set with alcohol.
Now she's moved to college, and
I know
he's,
there's at
listening to
least two
Space
people
Kiss.
in this room that would love to have that kind of relationship with their parent. So goals, honestly, if that's the case.
Now he just sits at home listening to Space Kiss, watching space action movies while sipping whiskey out of his daughter's
Ugh.
plastic teacup that he kept as a souvenir
Pretty much, it's all of Ace Frehley's solo album. It's just like the entire thing. But I'm in space. I do drugs. That's why I'm in space. Ace, Ace, Ace. Anyway, yep. Amazing. Thank you very much, Stephen. I appreciate it.
Ask a question really briefly, because you set Stephen some homework last week, and I know this because I listened to the last week's episode yesterday because I wasn't here.
Thank you, teacher's pet. Let's go.
Stephen, you had to come up with, I believe, an action hero and maybe a movie or something like that. But
yeah. Oh, that's right, a franchise. Yeah.
A franchise.
Yeah.
It was called. I totally wrote this down. I'm not making it up on the fly whatsoever. It's called Star Wars. It's an old Western film.
No, you can do better than that. Also, I'll get sued. I'm gonna come back to you. You have a couple of minutes to think about it.
He was really into this old series called Firefly that he found out's gonna get renewed.
Oh man, that must have been great for him. Yeah, great, amazing. Yeah. I'll even accept like a derivative like Chinese knockoff. If you can call it like Space Confrontation, I'll accept that. But I can't have Star Wars, right?
No, Backstroke of the West.
Ah.
For those of you who know, for those of you who don't, I recommend you Google.
He's really into penne westerns.
I'm just kidding.
Rigatoni westerns.
Rigatoni westerns.
Amazing. All right, Abby.
You know what that reference is?
No, I got no fucking clue what you were talking about.
You're so dumb.
Oh, spaghetti.
Shut the fuck up,
Spaghetti
Stephen.
westerns is
Spaghetti
I know
westerns
Yeah.
are a type of
Spaghetti
western.
western is. What the fuck is it? Anyway.
It's a
Okay,
ravioli.
no,
it's
Two
a
types
type
of pasta.
Spaghetti westerns were westerns. This is actually where I'm in trouble over yonder. You can check it out when I fucking get the time to edit it and shit.
Definitely
I do western
check
shit.
it out.
The first 6 episodes are up, but
watch it.
as for the it's good.
Also, you're
Spaghetti
completely different
westerns
character
are that is true. Still kind of nuts, but not as nuts. You hung out on a roof. So there is spaghetti westerns are movies that were made in response to the classic westerns of the 50s, the Hollywood cycle, and Italian filmmakers could make them on a budget, and so it became a big thing over there to make them and make a lot of them, and they were extremely violent. Clint Eastwood, his whole era, Good, Mad, and the Ugly, all that stuff, those are spaghetti westerns. So that's what that means.
In the middle of your description, I realized that I did know what a spaghetti western was, but my autism brain was like, okay, so sarcasm doesn't exist, and a rigatoni western is a thing, and it's a completely different thing.
Rigatoni, if it does
All about
exist,
the
it's
rigatoni.
basically it's a spaghetti western, but it's much like it's like padded out, and people are like, shut the fuck, give us a fucking intermission, it's too long, which is saying something because Good, Bad, and the Ugly is like 3 fucking hours. It doesn't feel that way.
It's a
but
risotto
anyway.
western.
A risotto western.
Slight.
Yeah. I like rigatoni better still. Abby, who are you playing, and what's your character's default mindset?
I'm Abby. For reference, I'm much younger than the rest of the cast, and that's why they bully me.
I wasn't bullying you.
To be fair,
I was genuinely trying to fill you in.
I'm joking.
Kids these days need
Anyway.
labels for everything.
It's,
I get.
uh,
I hate the people that do that. I don't like people who go like, "Oh, you haven't seen this thing, you're stupid." And it's like people haven't seen things. It's like, anyway, Abby, who are you? All that shit.
Jack, I respect and love you. It's okay.
It's fine.
So, I am playing Lyra Delaney, the non-war medic. All words just left my brain. I'm so sorry. Her default. This is gonna be the thing for the rest of the night. Her default emotional state, I think, is very pessimistic to pragmatic. It has been a physician. It's mother. She's been a physician most of her life, or like the substantial portion of her life. So she's seen, just death and chaos, and things go very, very wrong when they seem to be going fine. And she's become quite pragmatic because of that. there are some people, she will not admit this under duress at any stage in her life, but there are some people.
Sounds like a challenge to me.
There are some people who will like change that mindset if she is in contact with them for long enough. So like if, for instance, she's in, you know, taking care of her daughter for a couple of days while her wife's away, she will tend to be a lot kind of softer and mellower and more optimistic while that's going on, and that's not just a, you know, I'm with a kid face. That's genuinely the way that she feels in those moments. And she's not felt that in a while.
How old is your daughter now?
Her daughter would be, I think, 3 or 4 now, so she's been gone about a year.
I look forward to what gone means in this context, because you haven't been in prison that long. But
No.
so I'm looking forward to seeing what that means. Especially, God, that makes that phone call in the shuttle much more interesting. Hello, and like I don't want to know the answer to this, by the way, but in my head, I'm wondering if this is the first phone call that your wife has gotten in a year.
You don't want me to answer it, no worries.
I don't want to know, no, because it's more interesting that way. But yeah.
Yep,
Amazing.
excellent.
Thank you very much. Cam, who are you? Who are you playing? And your character's default mindset.
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Cam, and I'm playing Marcus, left, right, good night, Glassjaw Kelly, the one that is the most famous of being KO'd in the first session. It's great. My character's go-to he is quite optimistic. He just thinks everything's going to work out and he's going to be fine.
Fair enough. I love it. Honestly, that's what I was expecting to hear, but I'm glad to hear I was correct. Pickles, same questions.
No, I gotta think. Oh god, sorry, I got a little distracted.
We're at the end!
I know! But Cam's intro was really good, and I was trying
That's
not to
true.
laugh really loud.
I'll vamp for you. I got Pickles, I'll vamp for you. While she figures out, my cop movie is about two Imperial soldiers, one who was just a couple of months away from retiring.
Yep.
Get drawn into tracking down 2 domestic terrorist fugitives who are a part of an old cult that can move things with their minds. And they start off in a sandy planet, and then it just becomes this bigger conspiracy that they uncover, and it's called Set to Stun.
Set to Stun. I actually love this, and I will tell you why. I'm not sure, Stephen. Genuine question: have you been boning up on Traveler lore?
No.
The Imperium specifically and very much hates psionics. They're a real thing, and they hate them. So that actually makes a ton of sense. In that, it's like, it's like, yeah, China propaganda. Like, so I'm just basically picturing Pacific Rim 2, but it's a cop movie. And if you haven't seen Pacific Rim 2, don't. It's awful. But it's very much a Chinese propaganda movie.
And his favorite reality movie TV.
It was really cute.
It's like Cops, but it's RoboCop.
Yeah.
It's just straight up RoboCop.
Yeah. We will call him Android Officer. Okay. There you go. Cyberman, also a thing that's copyrighted. Delete.
Sadly.
Yes. All right. Pickles.
Okay, back to me. I swear my brain is working now. Hi everyone, I'm Pickles. I'm playing Maybelline, our spoiled rich brat who's had a terrible life-altering news last time I was here. Her parents have died. We don't quite know how she's reacted apart from getting very angry about the succession plans. But otherwise, I would say that Maybelline's general disposition would be both ruthless and optimistic. Based on the circles that she goes with and the privilege that she has.
Right. So basically, Like, and I say this without irony, she's a manifest kind of girly. She's like, if I say something, it's gonna
yes.
happen.
And if
Yep.
it doesn't happen, I'm
Here for
gonna
it.
fucking make it happen.
Yep. I would believe that. Yeah, you've got quite a lot of influence in prison alone. I can't imagine what you're going to be like when you're able to do shit, especially
I've
the
got
people who
access
wronged
to
you. Yeah.
Space social media again, yeah.
She actually gets her luggage.
Hey, you
Okay.
said at the end of last session that I got my luggage, so don't tempt me to try and make that canon.
I didn't say
I
that.
heard that bit. No, I'm
No,
saying
one of
Steven
us
said that.
What? Anything
I
I
didn't-
said was AI. I didn't say anything.
No, anything you said was the result of time.
Oh, Stephen is a fan of AI, so that makes sense. Okay, well, so
Here we
with
are.
that in mind, Stephen is scum. Moving on. So with that in mind.
I'm gonna go make my.
I'm gonna make that T-shirt for everyone.
I'm gonna make my set to stun film.
an AI feature that no one will watch. You go for it. Okay, so with that in mind, everybody, two quick things. We are sponsored by Reckless Creatures. Head over and buy yourself a non-AI shirt at recklesscreatures.com and get yourself 15% off your order with the code YONDER, which is the show that we were talking about just before, YONDER, for 15% off. As well as that, I would like to make a quick acknowledgement of country. Except my paper has disappeared, so let me quickly. There we go. Diddly-diddly-dee. Before we go any further, I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet, the people, the Wurundjeri people of. Not actually, the Wurundjeri people will say, and paying my respects to elders past and present. Always was, always will be Aboriginal land. But with that said, Pickles, even though you weren't here, it is technically your turn to recap, and I want to be
Yes.
clear, chat. Pickles went, fuck it, we go, we ball. So
I
here we are.
volunteered.
You did,
I watched
and
the
I'm
video
very impressed.
yesterday in between doing my work yesterday. I stopped and started quite a lot. So
Where
we'll see
and
how
where
much
can
I
you watch
remember.
that? Exactly, Pickles. Whereabouts did you watch that pod?
This space site called YouTube on the Jack Squarepeg channel, where you can see all of our episodes and watch the shit that we have gotten up to and catch up if you've missed anything. So please do also clip shit from YouTube and send it to us because that'll be cool. You can join our Discord as well.
It's fun.
Now that Steve and I have done our shilling, I'll get into the recap. So, now, one of the big things that I remember is that you guys started a fucking riot without me, which I'm very annoyed about.
Not
but-
intentionally, to be fair.
Oh,
but
I heard the plans. It was intentional. I disagree. Respectfully, but I disagree.
Well,
So,
all I know is they were trying to pop out his shoulder, and then basically I just took Nick seriously when he said, I also yell in the face of someone. And then, if I remember correctly, I made a die roll to see how they would react, and
it
they
went
were
poorly.
sensitive. Yeah.
Yeah. Except immediately before that, there was talk about starting a riot. So this is
Oh,
why
well,
we
then
respectfully
fuck you, Nick,
disagree.
is the point. There you go. No.
Yeah,
You're the one who
So-
watched the
so-
VOD, so I believe you.
exactly.
Yeah.
So, normally Stephen is the chaos gremlin for this kind of shit.
True.
But Nick, I don't know what was happening with Nick, but Colt was under some sort of influence and shit happened. So potentially we can blame Octavia for this as well.
Spike my eggs.
I was silent through that whole riot situation. I
Actually-
just took advantage
But-
of it.
I would like to point out who is the leader according to Kuka. It is Octavia.
Alright.
Staying in charge apparently is Maybelline, and I'm not quite sure why, but that's okay.
Weight of the
For the same
crown.
reasons Octavia's in the lead. It's got nothing to do with ability or skill. It's to do with, do you make decisions and do you do them quickly?
Yes, and then does shit get done? Yes. Is it good? No, not always. Now let's see. Atten ended up in the hole, and he and Octavia had lots of fun talky to the point where Atten actually hung up on her at one point and had to mute her because otherwise she was just going to spam call him the entire time. There was some sort of attempt to talk to my chef friend Mort from the first session. and I believe I was getting off the plane at that point. So I was like, Mort is my friend in the chat. And that was about all I remember from that bit.
Yep.
Let's see. Octavia gave some of her bugs to the fixer guy, whose name I have currently forgotten, but it is in my notes on my tablet. Yes, Azax, thank you, is the one. But I don't remember what in exchange for, so Karen, if you can help me out with that one. I will leave you to look up your to remind me of what that
It was
was.
like, was it? I think it was just good faith, man.
Yeah, I think it was just.
I think she just good faithed it.
Okay, that's fair. So we're building goodwill. Now, as far as I can tell, we have not set up the fighting ring that was planned this last session that I was in. We haven't set up the drug ring either from the last session I was in.
Not for lack of trying, but they failed.
No, they definitely failed on that. I believe Marcus may have ended up in solitary confinement as well, and as well as did Colt actually end up in the infirmary? Did you get thrown into solitary confinement too?
Oh no, I went to the danger zone.
Oh, you went into the danger zone, where
To work.
apparently like it's irradiated, and is, from what I understand, is down the bottom of the mining shaft, which is our prison.
Yes.
Yeah. Cool. I think the only thing I don't remember is what Dr. Lyra did.
I think I just chatted with Octavia. I got bugs from
She
Octavia.
was there for the
Oh.
riot. She
I
was
was
gonna
there for
try
the
and
riot.
set someone's shoulder. She was there
That's
trying to, like, we were trying to win over the guy to be able to get into the medicine bay, but
I
that
was
wasn't
trying to
happening.
medic bay the entire time, and literally nothing worked.
I remember like a 20-minute conversation about girls' talk between Liara and Octavia.
Yeah,
Pretty good.
between Lyra and
That was amazing.
It's called character
And-
development.
I also know at one point Stephen, because I don't think this was Atten in character, Stephen also tried to pimp out my character as well, of which I distinctly remember saying that revenge would be mine in the bomber discussion on the Discord. So Stephen has to be very afraid.
Listen, man, you weren't here. I just wanted to keep you in the story.
I wait
yeah,
for you to,
with
like, not be
with
able to-
sex work, apparently.
No, I never said sex work.
The words were, "She is a pretty lady," and suggestive of going to the warden's house were said. I heard it yesterday.
You didn't have to follow through. It's just to get to the warden's house.
And we stop
Atten-
digging this grave, Steven. Like, just stop.
Yeah.
At this point, it is 9 foot deep. We don't need to go any deeper.
I've established that Atten wouldn't do that.
I-
So...
Jack is going to point out we're still on recap. We haven't started yet. So do we want to
Yeah.
wrap
Please.
up?
Please.
Fair
I
enough.
think we're about done with all the main
Uh-huh.
things that I remember.
Okay.
I know that
All right.
things were tried, major things happened. I don't believe we made a lot of friends.
I found a good, like, a radio in event.
True.
That's good.
Power
Man
pack.
Bat
Mhm.
came back in that we've decided to name Bruce. Thank you, Colt, for the Bruce Wayne with little Boat. And I'm going to say that Maybelline has had some fairly major histrionics about the death of her family during this time as well, but has also been acting as the prison hairdresser for a little while to help vent out her frustrations.
Hairdresser. That's an interesting conversation. What I think we will do, if we're done with the... I don't mind it. It's just I never thought about that. I don't necessarily... Obviously, you'd have to be groomed at some point. I don't... We'll talk about it. So, we're going to say, if you remember the reuniting situation from last week, what I'm going to say is, with that in mind, all of you are present. You see Kakar coming back in. There's a bit of conversation between Octavia and Atten, and to be honest, actually, what we might do is, because I feel like Karen will appreciate it, if you want to jump right in the moment where you're charging towards him, and we'll role play it out, and then we'll have a conversation about what the hell we're doing next. Okay, so you're rushing towards him. He goes, huh.
Oh,
and
she rushes towards him and then violently stops, like right before him, with a bunch of space in between. Like, hi, are you okay? Lost my voice.
You're sober. It's fine.
We believe in you. It's okay.
it's your sober voice.
Oh no!
Oh no! Oh no!
Now, Octavius
It's alright,
talks
guys.
normally.
I got it.
Okay.
I got it. Alright.
Repeat after me.
Yay!
Ah!
Ah!
There you go. There you go. So it's the warm-up thing you do to get into character.
Yeah.
Ah!
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
Like a more a cuter version of the pimple-faced teenager from The Simpsons. Mr. Randomers, help!
That's what Matt Lillard had to do
Yeah,
every time he wanted to play
again.
Shaggy.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, in we go. So you say what?
I like stop in front of him like, you okay?
I think so.
You're good, you're healed? I like do like a circle around him like a dog, like
That's fair.
checking him out.
Aten, you are also standing there. He'll just give a tiny upward nod, acknowledging your presence. He says, they didn't see a reason to keep me. And, also, I have something to tell everybody, but, we should probably do it together, and then only once.
Right. Okay.
It is to do with the other people that were in the hospital with me.
Ah. I knew you listening. Yes, come. It's just like waddles back towards the group. At the table. It's like, yeah, it's kind of like an excited puppy. Like, it's a really bad thing to be saying with her.
No. It's all good. The difference is you're saying it out of character.
Yeah, exactly. It's kind of like expect, like, it's almost like if you saw a puppy acting as excited as she was right now, you'd be expected it to pee. Like, you're like, yep, where's pee happening? It doesn't happen.
Little dribble, yeah.
Maybe a little secret
So-
to myself.
Yeah.
Sober Octavia is like gold retriever energy.
We don't know yet.
Chihuahua when she's high.
Apparently, golden retriever chihuahua. Ooh, that'd be a weird.
Chihuahua. That's
It's
another hit movie in the Traveler universe, but it's a Chihuahua in a kung fu movie. Chihuahua. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Yes,
So,
and-
you guys are all gathered at various tables, and you will see Kakur, as mentioned before, notably without his headgear or his pucks, which, yeah, that's different. What do you guys want to do?
So
Okay, Kakar said he has something to say to us. Kakar.
yeah, that.
Kakar will take a second to kind of look at all of you. I'm actually going to do a quick thing here looking over at Maybelline. He will kind of sniff towards Maybelline just for a moment, and we'll just kind of go like, and he will give you it's interesting. You're not quite sure. Well, you're pretty well traveled. Maybe you can kind of put two and two together here, but he seems to he gives you kind of like this serious look and a tiny nod towards you. He's been gone, and yet he seems to somehow pick up on the energy that Maybelline may or may not be showing externally. But as he does that, he says, the scientist and the engineer, they obviously, after being treated for a certain amount of time. The warning was given and received, indicating to you, Lyra. But then they demanded to get in contact with people to get them out of there. They specifically were demanding transport as soon as possible. And from what I understand, they have made contact with an Imperium escort. It's going to take them a while to get out here, but apparently they will be making contact in maybe a month, maybe several. I do not know. And he furrows his brow at this. I'm not necessarily sure he would elaborate, but he seems concerned about that.
You're talking as if they're a unit, even though we know that if they're put in the same vicinity, they go crazy. Were they working together?
It seems to have worn off. But my concern is we had an Imperium contact here. They obviously left, but she would not be so far away as to be a month or more. Which means, who was that person?
How did you hear this? Were they talking amongst themselves in the
They weren't allowed
infirmary?
to leave the hospital. They were worried that that outside atmosphere, the doctor was very insistent. Plus, I think it meant that he didn't have to take in more prisoners, as from what I understand, that was part of your problem, not being able to get in. They passed on messages, and I've got big ears. What can I say?
We
Who
appreciate
did they
your
pass
information.
messages to?
The engineer and the scientist. If you mean
they-
who they got in contact with, I imagine the scrawny person that piloted you is probably stationed up in the communications tower several times. But I think perhaps my meaning is being buried. If they made contact, and if it was important, this O'Hare person would have come to collect. And instead, given the amount of time they said it would take for them to arrive, a different, as far as I can tell, they're different, Imperium force is coming. Which means either they have demoted her, or she's not who she says she was. Which means that we might get a bad reception if we are here when they arrive. I think we should, whatever it is that you are planning, we might want to execute it before they get here.
I'm gonna turn to Colt and be like, did you ever suspect a little rabbit be hiding those kind of secrets?
Colt's not going to respond. He's just going to sort of grimace, and he's just going to start kind of just fiddling with his hands a little bit. Just
Thinking about it, Colt, that does sort of add up. Now, I'll be clear about this. It doesn't necessarily mean she was lying beyond the fact that she was or wasn't a Imperium representative. The options basically are either she was demoted or she's been lying about that. Those are the options. But it doesn't necessarily mean she was lying about what she was saying. But it does mean that
It was completely unsanctioned.
she's another player in the game, so to speak.
Yeah.
She wanted you, and you know it was her, to see this. And for the same reason that you've already logically kind of 1 + 1 = 2, if she wanted you dead, she had lots of opportunities to. Instead, it seems to have been engineered in such a way that you are here and that you've seen what you've seen. But that doesn't mean that you can't be put into a firing range before you get a chance to tell the people or to do something with it.
So either way you slice this, it doesn't change the fact we need to get the fuck out of here.
Just changes our time frame.
Which means we need to escalate. And escalate fast.
If she's a third party, why didn't she take us? She had everyone else convinced on this stupid fucking jail planet that she was working for the Imperium. Why didn't she just take us as prisoners?
Bureaucracy, more than likely. The Imperium loves its fucking bureaucracy, and if she couldn't get the right sort of things, I wasn't gonna get us out, not a second time. Not unless she could pay a hell of a lot of money, and Cole, I don't think your friend has that much.
She could be lying. She's obviously very good at it. Also, the other thing is she could totally be like hanging around close, and like when we get out, maybe she might be around to pick us up or something. But that's kind of like believing that she might be a good person, and I don't know, man. I don't know if I trust good people.
I mean, it's much of a muchness now because we can't contact her, so as Colt says, whichever way it slices, we're doing the same thing. I think we should plan to contact her after we get out, definitely, but we can't do anything about it now.
But it means we also have like a timeline. We have a month.
Less
It's
than.
been 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And we've done nothing.
To be clear, when I say a month, because it probably wasn't as clear, at least a month, which is good in terms of if you want to not get caught, you probably want to do things slow. Think Shawshank Redemption, right? It took him a long freaking time to make that tunnel, but that doesn't mean you're not on the clock.
Yeah.
So, we need to focus our efforts on getting enough access, which means we need status. Now, I've been trying to groom a lot of people's hair, but that's gonna get me into a point. Yeah, you don't have hair, darling, so don't give me that face. She looks at Octavia. Well, I could style your twigs better, but don't give me that face.
Given that a couple of weeks has passed, Piggles, do you want to roll a skill of your choice to see how you go in terms of securing that position?
I was terrified for a second that you were gonna say, let's see if Octavia's hair grew back, and I was like, no.
Maybe it's just
That's not crossed my mind.
Funnily enough, she doesn't even have eyebrows, so you would say maybe she has alopecia.
I'm just having a look at the skills to see what would be appropriate in this.
I will also point out, I seem to remember a couple of weeks ago you were talking about using your advocate skill and things like that.
Yes.
That
to
would be relevant.
The idea
too.
was to try and get into like inventory control. Was the idea before I had to go on a web trip.
Yeah, that would work too. So if you're not sure, you can always go for that and roll that if you like.
I think we might try that.
We can be wibbly wobbly with time in this respect.
Lovely. All right. Just rolling 1d6 or 2 for this.
2d6. It would be advocate plus education.
Thank you. That is a 12.
Okay.
Yo!
So you have managed to secure a relatively simple position, probably like yesterday, to be honest. I think you've barely started because
Yeah.
time has had to have passed. You would have, especially after the riot and the breaking of the assistant warden's nose, it would have been smart for you to wait a certain amount of time in between those events before you started putting your hand up, because it's well known that you associate together in this way. So
I think she's probably been doing favors, and that's where the hairdressing has come in to bide her time.
up to that
until
point, sure.
this could come up. Yeah.
Yeah, sure, I'll buy that. Yeah. So you have managed to secure that position. So just to make sure that all was good in the hood. Continue. I will say, Marcus, you've been quiet. What's his thoughts on the matter? And specifically, what I would say, because you're probably the most experienced with this kind of side of. Oh.
Oh no.
Just occasionally Bernie Sanders showing his face through the screen.
I'm literally watching the little triangle on Video Ninja and watching it go dropping down. I'm like, oh,
Yep.
what's going on here?
Yep. What do you think? Because all of this is very good, right? If you were planning to stay, right? But as far as Marcus is concerned, where is his head at in terms of where is he in general? And what would he do to kind of plus or yes and the situation? Because right now, as far as Jack understands it, it's a fighting pit, fighting ring, getting influences, making friends. But then what would be my question? And I think Marcus would be probably the smart one to answer that.
Marcus will probably be thinking of the end game of trying to get out and either try to get in touch with the lawyer or even trying to get in touch with the lawyer and his previous employer to do a two-pronged to try and get him out.
Okay, so what I want you to do then is I want you to pick a skill that you think would be relevant to kind of like think about what resources you have in the meantime and how one could equal another. So basically like the equivalent of a crime check. What skill do you want to use to roll for that? What are you good at?
I feel like Streetwise would probably be the best.
If you've got Streetwise, 100%. Yep, Streetwise, and I'd say Education or Intellect, whichever you prefer.
I'll probably go Intellect, that's slightly better.
All right.
That's a 9.
9. Okay. So one thing I will tell you that you definitely have, Karen, correct me if I'm wrong, would you have shared at this point about the power pack that you found in the vent? Okay. So with that in mind, either through the communications towers or perhaps in some obscure place where there are abandoned buildings, for example, you'd have to think about what you would want to do, but you could either make a homebrew sort of connecting device of some kind, or you could lean on your relationship with Perry or some other third option that Jack can't think of right now, and that would be your best bet right now in terms of contacting the lawyer. What I will also say is that there's obviously a whole bunch of other options, but they require you getting physically out of the prison space, which is technically you breaking out. So that would be tough, but doable. Not impossible, but then it's a situation of, do we just bail? And if so, in what direction? So, yeah.
Ooh, I have an idea.
Mhm.
I also do have... Yeah, I loaded the wrong thing up. One of my skills I also have is electronics computer. And we've got that radio. Can I use...
You've got the beginnings of a radio, to be clear. But yes, continue.
Can I use the fact that I went back for Perry as sort of sway to get some components to try and make shift this radio into a quick little telecommunicator?
I think that is a really good thing that I think you were basically gathering rumors. So I would say it's a situation of you could definitely do that. I would say that the best thing that you could do to keep yourself and Perry safe, to kind of yes and the situation that you've got, is if you use these ideas that other people have, the fighting pit, the drugs, and everything else, you start making relationships, and then you've got hopefully someone you can trust, maybe a guard that you can bribe, right? Who can then pass a message from you down in the cells to Perry up in the communications tower, and you can find out about where you can get these parts. Does that make sense?
Yep, I like that.
I also want to
Okay.
restate that we don't actually have that piece yet. Octavia found it but didn't grab
Yeah.
it. Just left.
That's
it
true.
up there.
No, 100%. That is true, but you know where it is.
We know where it is, so we know that we have a potential way of making some kind of communicator.
Right. Exactly.
We also have like a rumor about a guy that can make weapons, so it wouldn't surprise me if he had any idea of how to like had electronic pieces and shit like that too. So
The only risk
And
that I
maybe-
see right now is that technically the guy who knows that it's there, Octavia, you haven't moved it. So he might end up moving it before you do. So that's a question. So Marcus, I guess, how would you voice what you've just kind of figured out in your head to everyone?
I will turn to the others and I'll go, we might have a way to turn that little treasure you found, Octavia, into something into our favor. We need to get some of the guards on our side owe us favors. I need to talk to Perry. We might be able to turn that thing into a communicator, to talk to the lawyer and talk to someone that I know that should be able to get us out of here. But we need to be quick and subtle at the same time, and we need to make the connections as soon as possible. Maybe we need to fix some fights, and I tap Atten on the back and go, I think that armor of yours is going to come in handy right now.
Okay.
I
So-
think there should also be other ways. Sorry, I'm just gonna quickly. Sorry, Jack. Shall put my like little 2 notes in before this stops. I think we should also explore just being friendly with the guards and not like fucking punching someone. The moment shit goes like I know if it's bad, I'm fine. I'm fine with it. I will gladly.
To be
come
fair,
and
I
help you.
think he's talking about the fighting ring that you were discussing a session or two ago.
No, I know, but
Yeah.
this is
Okay.
another thing.
Uh-huh.
Another thing on top of this. Please just like
Ah, right.
we're
Separate
trying
point.
to make friends with guards. Like it might already be too much of a case for you, Marcus, and you Atten. You may not have a chance. Unless the fighting ring works. Like, right, if the fighting ring works, great. But I think everyone else should also just, like, maybe pick a guard. Just pick a guard and be like, hey, bud, we're gonna become best friends and just keep at it. Maybe. Yes. No.
Kakar will say, I do
Definitely.
seem to remember people enjoyed the spectacle of the nose breaking.
Oh, yes. I mean, both things can be true, Kaka.
Oh no, I'm just saying that there's certain people we can take advantage of in that respect.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, no, I agree. Like, I think that the fight
That said,
situation...
Should we do a funeral for you ahead of time? I heard about it.
What?
I have been in this prison for a long time. Jack's forgotten the name of the guy. Hang on. The assistant warden.
Oh, I've got his name.
Assistant
Hang on.
warden.
Assistant to the warden is Bobby Shack? No. Sensito?
Vola. V-O-L-L-E-R.
I have two
He...
names.
No, it's all good. There's a lot of names, so it's all good. So he says Vola is not to be messed with. If we are going to do anything, it would probably be worth it to make it incentivize the guards sooner rather than later to not. I have at one point seen people taken down into the caves and not returning with them, for example.
Right, so be careful.
Either that or get rid of him, but that would take a lot.
Yeah, that would take a lot.
While all this conversation's happening and through the time, Atton's going to be studying the guards, like,
Mhm.
patterns. Like, where they patrol, when they switch,
Mhm.
who does what and where, how regimented are they? You know, is it kind of like a free-for-all where a guy would be like, oh, I'm just going to go torment some prisoners over here, or, you
Mm.
know, how much do they keep an eye on each other?
Okay, that would be a streetwise roll. I should think.
Recon?
And I'll accept recon, but it's going to be harder but basically you're not just reading patterns, you're reading motives. So.
Oh, my streetwise is pretty good too. That's the same. So that would be in total a 10.
Okay. So, since this is a recent thing, I'll probably give you more information as it goes. They do seem to be watching. They don't seem to be not watching. The assistant warden is there in one of the towers. He is eating what looks like some sort of probably skogie steak. It's a skoggy. It's a delicacy out here. And he's got a little kind of fine dining set up on one of the towers, just kind of overlooking everything as it goes. The it's not, I wouldn't call it unorganized or anything like that. I would say it's mostly, this is the best, it's very working class, right? No one can really afford to lose their job, otherwise why would they pick to be here? So no one that you have noticed recently is particularly interested in losing their job at this stage.
And so there's no like, oh, we could get this guard alone kind of thing.
You could certainly start asking around to see who could be bribed. In fact, if I remember correctly, I think I gave you a rumor about
have
a
a
guard
Yeah.
who
Yes.
likes the drink.
Alf Wackle is a frequently drunk and a talker. It was
So
cult
that
rumor.
would probably
And-
be what would be best to focus on, since you know that for sure.
Yeah, and one other thing, in regards to the guards and like going through gates and doors and stuff.
Mhm. Yep.
Is it just like a key card on a hip?
No, it would be keys in the traditional sense. This is very low tech level stuff.
Once again, but on the hip kind of thing, old shackle.
Oh, yeah.
Hoop
Think,
of ring of keys.
yeah, 100%.
Liftable,
Yep.
like pickpocketable.
Anything's theoretically possible. It would be that there'd have to be. I'm not going to
Intent.
give you ideas. I mean, is it possible? Of course, but it's very context dependent, right? If you're talking quietly, extremely difficult. They're big. They're noisy. They are rather heavy. They're probably going to notice. So, not impossible, but you'd have to factor those in, and you'd have to weigh up if it's worth the risk. Especially considering, and this would be obvious, the guards in particular may not be paying so much attention to you, but there's definitely a lot of side-eyeing from a lot of the prisoners down there.
Right. Cool.
Okay.
Stephen thought going into Athens drunk. We get toilet booze. Strong enough. Get the guard talking. He gets knocked out. Like passes out. Get his keys. Get his uniform. One of us pretends to be a guard. Gets us through to potentially where we want to be. Either the doctors or the wardeny areas. Kind of.
The obvious thing to all of you would be that is a plan that you would execute if everything else has either worked out perfectly or if everything else has gone wrong and you need to go. And for the record, fuck the risks of whatever's out there, which you have no knowledge on presently.
Quick question with the junior inventory control. What kind of inventory has Maybelline gained access to? Or is that something she'll find out soon?
I would say that right now you are basically kind of clocking in, for lack of a better word, people's punch cards for the most part, because they are technically earning money here. Not a hell of a lot, but that would basically be your job. Tedious paperwork of who showed up at mining, will hours get docked, that sort of thing, because it's every day. Every day you are mining unless you're doing something else. So that's
Maybelline
you're
to
on
make
payroll.
friends.
It's basically. Yeah.
No. It's the perfect opportunity to talk to people, to pass messages along, and hey, if we can get some sneaky toilet booze happening, pass some freebies along to some of the miners and make some friends real fucking fast.
Yep.
So I do agree. Our guard who likes a bit of a drink is a good option to try and make friends with really quickly. So Maybelline's going to turn to Octavia and go, Octavia, how quickly can you make toilet booze? Or any kind of booze, really. But, you know, you like toilet drugs, so toilet booze might be fun too.
The thing about toilet booze is you've got to let it ferment.
Well, you got to let it ferment anyway. It's booze.
I know, but like the better the ferment. If I have everything like 8 hours.
So we could have something. We could have something ready in a day or so.
If you had the materials.
If
which
we
you
have the
currently do not.
materials, I don't have anything.
Well, we need basically some starch. Like, you effectively need potatoes. Space potatoes. We go talk to my friend Mort in the kitchen and see if he's willing to trade a little bit of labor.
Well,
See if we can
you
get
already
ourselves
know
some
Mort
potatoes.
needs something,
True,
but it's not safe.
Okay,
I don't remember what Mort needed.
Mort specifically
the
has
dragon meat.
requested cave dragon meat.
Dragon meat.
Which,
and
to
the
be fair,
dragon
we
is
could-
super badass.
Yeah, we could do, but we have 0 weaponry. We could go get it. That will take a while, I assume.
We can work as always. Jack will hand wave time, so it's.
Oh yeah, but as in like.
Oh, sorry, you're role playing. I understand. My bad.
Yeah. Role playing in the role playing game.
Shut
up. I think maybe the whole drug empire thing will take too much time. There are too many connections, and I think it will be quite slow from what we've seen. I'm happy to go ahead with it still. I have those connections, but from what I can see, the resources that we have are very limited at the moment for that. I think a fighting ring will be a best option.
I think I also lied. I'm so sorry. I just sometimes I get my information picked up. It actually like at least 3 days. At least. And that's using the quick method, and that's really only getting you like beer, and it's not really doing anything good. So like and it also kind of depends on what you get and yeah. So if you kind of like want a really hot vodka, you're looking at like 10 days, bud.
Lyra, don't forget that worst case scenario, I think you were talking to is it Avax? Yeah. Azax? Azax with the Z. He basically said, if you can get me anything or prove to me that you're not a waste of time, I will do something for you. So you've been given some stuff to do, and I can remind you of what those things are. But basically what it comes down to is right now you're at square one, and you need to do something so that you can get something else, so that you can do the thing, so that you can build other things.
Can you remind me what Azax wanted?
I can.
Yeah.
I've got it here. Don't you
Azax is more hand wavy, but yes, go ahead, Karen.
Okay, Mort obviously needs his cave meat for life. There is Hari, who needs a transfer of some type.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a good idea.
We don't got the resources for that.
Cell block transfer, yeah. Well, actually, don't forget, Maybelline's in admin now.
True.
Maybelline has admin skills So, yes.
Sneaky
Weirdly
little
enough,
name
so do
goes
I.
here in this file. Whoops, look what
They're
happened. Oh
using
no.
fucking punch cards. Oh, that's
Yeah.
gonna take us a little switcheroo.
100%.
We can do this. Okay.
Yeah.
So,
And then also, wait, there's another one. Spiro. Spiro can open any door.
Yep.
It's a
Yeah,
good
that's not
contact.
really a quest so much as that's a guy that you may want
Yeah,
to speak
look,
to.
Azax was just kind of meet
Yeah.
and transfer. That's about it.
Yeah.
I
Yep.
also gave him some bugs to be like, look, we are kind of
That is
serious.
true. Yeah, yeah.
I've
Yep.
really ingratiated with him. I laugh at all of his jokes. They're actually really funny, so like they're worth a laugh. But like,
It doesn't hurt, does it?
no. Like I'm kind of glad that I don't have to fake it. To be honest, it's
Yeah.
quite nice pace.
Yeah. The vibe I imagine with Azax is basically like a almost like visiting an uncle like in a house. It just happens to be prison. It's just kind of
Like a
like,
halfway
yeah,
home.
pull up a chair. You know? Grab a drink.
Yeah.
what
happens
was
to be-
Hari going to give us in exchange for getting him a transfer or them a transfer?
It will get us in the good books of
Of Azax.
Azax.
There you go.
That's the
Okay.
point.
All right.
We're not
And then you
doing
can
this with
basically ask
favors
whatever
from
you like
them.
because he knows everybody.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Perfect. Perfect. Which means booze, guard, bribe. So I don't think we should dismiss the idea of reading drugs or alcohol, but I think we've got a fairly easy avenue to try.
Yeah.
And I think Maybelline will actually say, "Look, guys, I'm in this position. I think we should diversify. Let's not put all of our space eggs in one basket. But I'm gonna try and get Hari transferred over to the cell block they want."
I think
Okay
that's
then,
an excellent
so-
idea if you can-
as you all presumably put all your hands in on top of the table, break. You go team. You decide to get going on that. That is more than fine. I'm gonna say that I'm just gonna get Cam. Could you roll a d6 for me, please?
Or 3.
3. Okay. I will note for everybody that Owlbear Radio is up in case you want to have a look at particular areas over time. So, most of you are doing the mining thing. However, Maybelline, what I want you to do is make everybody else, while I'm doing this, I'm going to come around to each of you. I want to know if you are doing something specifically once I'm done with Maybelline. Let me know what that is over the course of 3 days. You can take your time, which is why I'm going to make it a little bit easier for you to do. Or if you want to observe something or locate any rumors or anything like that. The map is in front of you, so you can have a look at what's what, and you're like, I'd like to know about this. We can discuss that. Okay. So with that in mind, Maybelline, give me a admin. Admin is a thing from memory. Or is
Yep.
it advocate? Okay. So let's-
Admin's better.
Yeah, let's go with admin. So admin and education, and
That is I rolled a 5 and I've got a 2 in admin, so that'll make it
7. Okay,
Yeah.
that would be a failure.
And I've got a +1 in education.
Okay, so an 8.
8.
Yeah, that is a pass. So
Cool.
you take your time, you dot your I's, you cross your T's, you scooch over to another nearby cubicle inside the admin level, which I can actually show you because you actually, I'll say give me just a recon roll intellect to see what you see. Because depending on what you get, I'll either show you the map or I'll tell you what's there.
That is a straight up 11.
Okay, so for those watching on chat, you're gonna have to deal with my verbal description, because I still haven't fixed whatever the OBS issue is. But for the players, you can see there's a whole bunch of interesting stuff going on here. You can see there is a computer room, a cafe and movie room, admin, which is where you are, records, vocational education, kitchen, storage room, and machine shop. Obviously, you be observed, so you're not really going to
Mhm.
get much of these areas to look at, so to speak. You would occasionally be allowed to kind of visit the kitchen, and you would, as you can see, in administration, that focuses somewhat on your job. You wait for a transfer of the guards, and you essentially just kind of take one piece of paper, put it in another, and wait. And lo and behold, come the 3-day mark, the transfer happens. Octavia, if nothing else, we can cut to when it's your turn, the conversation with Azax where you discuss what it is you need. Yes? So, Marcus, what would you be doing in these 3 days? Or looking at specifically or anything like that? In between mining shifts.
Probably trying to find any guards that are close to Perry to try and build that
Oh,
network up to him.
okay. Now, when you say network, what do you mean? So, like for example, are
As in-
we being transparent or are we just being friendly? Because those are different things.
I'm gonna start off being friendly,
Mhm.
and then work my way up to being like,
Okay.
hey, so Perry owes me a favor. So
Okay.
I'm just being friendly with them at the moment.
Okay, so this is going to be tricky, Cam, because you've caused trouble pretty recently, but
Yeah,
it's a
really, let's do
process. So over 3 days, we'll see what happens. You can make, I would say, a persuade, if nothing else. If you can think of something better, you tell me. Something more relevant.
Persuade.
All right, then persuade intellect, please.
Persuade. Intellect. 8.
8. Okay, so you're beginning the process. You successfully, with the intellect involved, go, it's probably not a great idea to mention Perry until you're sure that you've either gotten in good with a guard or, maybe even better, have something on a guard. Have some sort of guarantee. Right? But you begin making your acquaintance, particularly with the guard who likes drink, whose name Karen will tell me in a moment if I don't get it done fast enough. It's fine.
Al Wackle.
L. Wackle. Okay.
Al.
Al
Huh?
with an A-L. All right.
Al. H-A-L, yeah.
Al with an H. Thank you. Thank you, boss. All right.
No?
Lots of names. Okay. So you're beginning that process. It's going to take a while, but you know, if you're on the clock, then it's probably even more important that you do this right, as opposed to starting from scratch once again. So with that in mind, you start being friendly. What does being friendly look like? Give me a sample.
Is
Is it being
I
well
feel like this is
behaved?
probably
God
one of the-
forbid.
he's been very well behaved. If the guard tells him to not go somewhere, he's not gonna like back chat. He's just gonna go, "Yep, no worries, boss," and just like walk off. If he asks him to do something, he's gonna do it, always with a smile. And I feel like this might be one of the guards that dragged Marcus off the guy he beat the crap out of, and he's going to be like, "Yeah, I know I completely messed up. I was having a very bad day. I know that's no excuse, but yeah, just it's been a while since I've been in prison. I completely forgot the hierarchy of things, and I promise it won't happen again."
I like it. Okay, very cool.
He's been a bit of a kiss ass as well.
Fair enough. No one has to know, right? Okay.
No one has to know shit.
Okay. Lyra, what would you be doing in these 3 days?
So she was still put onto mining duty even though she literally can't lift a pickaxe, right?
If I remember correctly, I got you to hold the light last time. I
Yeah.
think that's a very solid argument, to be honest.
Yeah.
So I think if you wanted to make a roll to justify a new job, you tell me what it is, and then we can decide. what the role
I
is.
would love to make. Okay, so new idea, guys. Um, vocational education. Would it be possible? I know that our group's reputation is shit at the moment, but Lyra's person is well. Lyra's
That's one word
person
for it.
isn't. What's the
You were
bet
there
that I
at the right.
have a kind of educational position in potentially teaching people how to, deal with mining incidents if someone's hurt? It's like make basic splints and things like that.
Let's see. First of all, I need to find what the specific job would entail.
It'd be like a medic nurse question mark?
Not necessarily. Prisoners. Okay. How do you phrase this? Are you gonna act like you've done mining adjacent work before?
No, I don't think that's realistic. I don't think she could do that or act that for long enough. I think that she would be very, like, to whoever she's talking to. Who would she be talking to at that point? Just a random guard or someone?
Yeah, the guard that's presently there. Yep.
Sick, yeah. She would probably just say, I have extensive medicinal history. If you were to assign me to another position, I could be a lot more useful. I, as you'll notice, have a dead arm and it can't lift shit. If you were to assign me to, for instance, a medic duty or a teaching people how to make basic splints and bandages, just so not everyone who gets a splinter has to come up to the infirmary. I noticed that the doctor has been quite rushed lately, and I'm sure it's not good for anyone there to have random people who don't really need it to be up there.
Okay.
So?
I would say you can use your whatever medic skill that makes the most sense to kind of bamboozle them with medical jargon and use your intellect modifier. That's fine.
Delightful. So yeah, just use medic intellect, I would guess.
Yep.
11.
All right. You kind of have your choice at this point. It was a situation that ended poorly last time, but now you're kind of you're doing the best thing you possibly can, which is, hey, guards, I'm here to potentially make your life easier, and right now I can't physically do what you're asking me to do.
Yeah.
So what's up? And I don't think they would be. You actually learned something. They would say, well, Carl gives the vocational rehabilitation, so we don't really need you for that. But we can always use someone down in the thing, and hell, if you want to hold your little workshops during recreation, it might even go a long way to make sure that your friend doesn't get knifed.
I'm very happy to do that. What was the name that you said? Sorry, who gives vocational rehabilitation?
Carl. C-A-R-L.
Carl. Beautiful. Yes, well, I'm very happy to do that. Would that be replacing my mining work? Would that be between it? What would that be looking like?
Look, you're fucking useless, so we'll probably get you working up in there sooner rather than later. As far as your workshops go, that's your own initiative. Maybe the warden will see it and make it a whole damn thing of how to make a splint and all that shit. Hell, occasionally there's enough going on that maybe that's required. Hell, we could even possibly let the Skoggy hunters know, and maybe they could give us some extra money to the things falling apart around here, indicating the abandoned buildings to the east. And he just shrugs his shoulders and just goes, yeah, we'll make it happen.
Excellent. Well, who can I talk to about setting these workshops up?
Again, it's your problem. You fucking no one's gonna approve that shit. Your reputation's in the shitter. So if you want to fucking stand on a table and go, this is how you splint an arm, you fucking go for it. But
Excellent.
it's your problem, not mine.
Good. Sorry, Jack, to confirm, has my actual job been changed? Like, am I assigned to the
Yeah.
infirmary now?
Yes.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
you-
Atten.
Hmm. Well, they all guards really fuck. So when I broke the dude's nose, was there some guards that liked the fact that I did that, or was
Yeah,
it
there was some
all
spas. Mm-hmm.
small? Okay, cool.
That doesn't mean you're not being watched. You can feel you're being watched all the
No, I
time.
don't watch.
To the point where, yeah, there's probably going to be some rolls to see if you notice certain things.
I'm just gonna go about finding information about going and hunting this cave dragon.
Finding information, that would be speaking to Mort. So yeah, you can at the breakfast the next
And
day we'll
getting
say
a
in
job,
the
Kitchen
line.
job.
Oh,
if
getting a
possible.
kitchen job. How original, Stephen. You worked on that one all day.
I did say in the last thing that Atten is a very good home cook.
I'm just joking around. All right. But yeah. Well, first of all, you need to talk to Mort in general. So sure, why don't we?
Yeah.
We'll go through that conversation. So you're at the breakfast line, and Mort goes, "What? You need more slop?
Oh,
Move it along, bud. We got people coming."
well, I was going to see about getting more of those ingredients that you mentioned, a bit of that dragon.
Oh yeah. You know that's in the danger zone.
I'm aware.
Okay.
If I was to go on to such job, would you, what kind of equipment would be available?
Oh, I can't guarantee shit. That's a you problem, I'm afraid. But well, look, I'll tell you what. I think I get what you're putting down. Give me a persuade.
11.
Intellect, yeah.
I rolled 11 plus other. That matters.
Yeah, what's intellect?
Intellect is nothing.
Okay, so 11 total. Okay. He says...
Oh, 12. I have one in persuade, sorry.
Right. He would say... The problem is, from the GM, from the referee perspective, you guys haven't really proven that you're anything but fucking chaos gremlins that start fights out of nowhere. So he's not necessarily... You can see him struggling with the idea of giving you a knife. I'll be honest. And so he chews his lip and says, what would he be willing to give you? Because you rolled well, so what he would say is, again, the name escapes me, but he gives the name of the... Actually, no, I probably can find this. The... weapon NPC. We'll just call him that, because Jack can't remember the name right now. But he says, go talk to him and tell him that Mort's asked for a loaner. And I want to make it clear that he's going to expect that back within 24 hours of when you take it. And if you don't give it back, then, well, I mean, you've already got people trying to kill you every 2 seconds, I'm sure you've noticed. Looking for their chance.
Well, if I manage to survive, I can show a couple of cooking tricks I picked up in the capital while I was there.
As far as a job goes, I'm more than happy to have you on. I can have you in the kitchen. I don't have a problem with that. You'll just be serving. You understand? I'm not giving you anything sharp.
Well, I'll go speak to a friend and let's see if we can get something more exotic on the menu. Maybe appreciate
Ward
ourselves to the
Stamble.
gods.
Yeah.
Ward
Thank you.
Stamble.
All right. Excellent. So you do that, Octavia.
So Octavia has the same sort of thing as Lyra has, is that she's just fucking useless. So being in the mines, like, she has no strength or anything like that, and she is practically the chaos of chaos gremlins. So I don't know, would she just constantly going down there, or would she, you reckon, like, she has skills in admin, but I don't think anyone would let her into an office of any kind.
You're sober now, so you can make an argument.
Yes, I am. Oh, great. All right. Perfect. All right. Maybe.
Remember, sober Octavia is a scary, scary being, full of power and energy you did not have before.
Oh no. Yeah, she's a being of some kind, I will say. All right. Yeah. Oh God, I don't know. She'd probably try. Okay, yeah, no, actually, that's a good idea. She'd probably try and find someone to get into the records room, surprisingly, because she has a background of being a citizen, and she was posed to, like, set up a town and stuff for the Imperium.
Is this something Maybelline can potentially help with? Like, being that I'm quite near that area already.
I can give you a boon die, yep.
Yep.
As in to Karen, so an extra d6.
Amazing. Yeah, so she'd just be like, yeah, if you look up my records, you'll see that I have quite a, like, it didn't work out well, but, like, before then it wasn't too bad. It was just, sometimes the Imperium picks the wrong planet, and that's kind of what happened. And yeah, like, I have extensive background in keeping records and making sure that they're all up to date and shit.
Okay. Give me a skill of your choice. Probably admin plus in education.
Great. With a bonus.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, fantastic. Education and admin, so 12.
12. Okay.
Yes.
Well, we don't 12. There isn't a lot going on right now. There will be once the spice becomes more in bloom in like a month or two. But in the meantime, we've got jobs, and this goes to your little friendship group, whatever, but we need someone in, or you could do a split shift, I guess, with Maybelline as well, Miss Prescott. Actually, prison number, which I should have pinned. I have not been consistent with that. Anyway, it's a problem for another day. So he says we need jobs in laundry. That requires a certain amount of organization. Janitor. And
I'm a great janitor.
okay, I was gonna say either that or prison maintenance or solar farm. So the solar farms out there always need working on.
What's that?
Maybe pass that on to that's how we get our power.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, well, I could... maintenance would also be good. I'm pretty handy, with...
You got any mechanic skills?
Yeah, I have electrician skills. I know my way around cars. Many things.
Well, yeah, we can give you the janitor job or the prison maintenance or solar farm maintenance, and if you know anyone else that wants those jobs, to be honest, we could probably use someone extra on the mechanic side specifically.
All right. Well, I can 100% put my name down as what is it? Brain. Sorry, my brain just farted. Not janitor, the other one.
The solar.
Maintenance. That's the word I'm
General
looking
maintenance.
for. Apologies. And yes, I'll be more than happy to like talk to my friends about it. I'm sure they'll be more than happy.
Alright.
Thanks.
So yeah, that's fine. So you want prison maintenance, is what you said.
Yeah, I'll
general
take
maintenance.
Yeah,
Okay.
mainly just because I feel like that might get me in more doors.
Can I chat to Octavia about that? Maybe not now, but at some point.
Probably, yeah. That's fine. We will cut to Nick, I think, and then we'll cut to whoever wants to talk to Azax, I assume, as a group, to be honest, because then you can come back together on that. So, Nick, what would you be doing?
I'm assuming I'm still stuck in the danger zone, which, I mean...
Oh, yeah, you're still mining. Yep.
I'm still starting shit.
Yep.
I'm going to be seeing if I can find any of these dragon tracks, see if I can learn a way to track it.
Ah, okay, yep. Give me a recon check. And speaking of which, actually, because Danger Zone would indeed be applied to Marcus, Atten, and Jameson for what has gone down. So you're no longer in the hole, but you are still working in the Danger Zone. So I need you, all three of you, to make an endurance check. Radiation, baby!
Yo.
9.
9.
10 for the endurance.
All right.
Endurance. Yeah, 8.
You guys have all passed for now. It's going to be more difficult the longer you stay there, but for now, you're all good. Okay. With that said, you are making a recon check, I would assume, unless you've got something you want to specifically roll. Nick?
I was hoping for recon, yeah.
Yep, recon, and I'll say education if it's better, or intellect if that's better, whichever, really, for different reasons.
Education.
Yep.
Another die plus 2 for 11. I have no... It's just a 0 for recon at the moment.
Okay. As always, mark skills that you have used for this session so that you can roll for them next time. 11. Yeah, you can see that there is other tunnels that essentially lead to caves, specifically in the southwest corner, as far as you can tell. You're not really, like, supposed to be there. With an 11, I will also tell you, you see what looks like a lift shaft that is not being used by anyone, but... And the reason being because it's partially collapsed. However, logic would dictate that beyond, like, as far as you can tell, the structure is sound. It's just the lift itself is kind of broken, and there's rocket stuff around and underneath and above it. If you were to clear that, the shaft logically would connect to the surface, because as a reminder, there's the upper level, which is, you know, the ground level plan, as you can see on our Bay Radio. Admin level is underground, cellblock level is underground, the mining level is underground, and the danger zone is even lower, right? So everything is connected via lifts. You're spending the majority of your time here underground. So, but what I'm saying is that that lift shaft may well lead to the surface level. To what? And you're not sure. That would probably require you investigating that specifically. which you'll have to remind me to do another day.
Yep.
Okay. But yes, you do see the tracks. There is definitely one around, but I assume that you... well, I'm not going to assume. You are... is this a situation where you are looking casually as you are mining, or are you being a bit more methodical than that?
Being a bit more methodical, trying to pick up notes, like...
Okay,
how to
then I need
identify
you to
dead
make a
tracks down here.
stealth check as well, because technically speaking, that means that you are not doing work.
Ah, that is something else I can do. Slack off.
Stealth and dexterity.
9 on the die. Sorry,
Okay.
9 total.
Yep. So basically, Nick, I'm happy to kind of continue on with this if you want. You see tracks, you've kind of shirked off from everyone. You are unarmed. You are, however, well, that's not true. You've got a pickaxe, but and you are not chained for obvious reasons, because you know you need to be able to move your arms and legs and stuff. Technically speaking, you can continue further if you want, but you are by yourself at this stage.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I'm not going to fight it. I'm just trying to sort of learn how to identify its tracks down here.
Yep. You can
And
definitely
what kind of
tell
size
it's
they can-
around, for sure. Yep. It's a animal at the end of the day. It's not a fantasy creature. So while you see tracks, it's obviously inclined to not go anywhere near all of the big noises. But not only is this creature nearby, there's a lot of caves here. And they may even lead to the surface too. But it's a big if. The big maybe. All right.
Yep, I wouldn't push my
But-
luck as well. Because enough shit, I'm going to go back to the group. And
Yep,
that's it.
100%. To be clear, just so we're on the same page here, the caves, if you wanted to do anything with that, the dragon and potential escape or whatever else you wanted to do is only accessible from the danger zone. You would have to be on the lowest level.
How guarded is the danger zone?
Considering you're armed with pickaxes, quite. He just rolled well.
So, but like, so the guards, are they wearing radiation suits, like vac suits, or? So I'm assuming
They are no, they wouldn't be armed with radiation suits. They'd be they have what's called rebreathers on them. So
okay, so
it's
it's not a radiation thing; it's a
actually, let me double check that. It's a good point. I'm pretty sure it actually is radiation. So for now, why don't we just say, yeah, probably like helmeted suit kind of thing. Not quite a vac suit, but similar kind of vibe.
Vac suits are the only thing, like one of the major measures for protection
They're one
against
of them.
radiation. Yeah,
Yeah.
so the other ones are like incredibly hard to get and don't work as well. So I would assume they'd probably have some sort of vac suit.
Yeah, probably a
Ish.
modified
Global
one.
treatment.
That
Yeah.
would make sense.
Like a scrapper vac suit
Yeah.
almost.
Yeah. One that's been cheaply made. Imagine that sort of thing.
Timu! It's Timu! It's Space
Timu
Timu!
vac suit.
Vac suit.
Oh no.
It's
Yeah,
always
it's
gotta be Space Timu. What are you talking about?
It's VAX. It's a Vax suit because they always spell it wrong in the Chinese imitation. Yeah.
Great.
All right.
The
So
left
all of
hand
you
and the
have
right
that.
hand are on the wrong side.
Right. Exactly. All of you have that information, and we will gather back together with, let's say, the lot of you because it's more fun. Gathering nearby. Azax, who is eating space protein, like fake eggs. Like, it's all protein. It's all, like, fake shit for the most part. But, actually, you know what? At this point, yeah, he seems to have had a good week. And so he's eating what looks like eggs as well. Like, actual eggs, as opposed to fluffy crap. And, he indicates all of you as, oh, hello. Hang on. Boys, and they all kind of like give you a tiny bit of egg each. You should enjoy that. It's quite good. How can I help you?
I haven't had a fresh egg in like 15 years.
Oh, allergic?
No.
Maybelline just leans over and goes,
Oh. Oh. Ah, yes. Well, that's all right.
More like
It's,
destitute, but okay. It's fine.
it gets to a
I like
point where
that
it's the same thing.
Okay, sure. You understand the difference between poor and destitute. I definitely think you do.
I mean,
I'm not homeless. I'm a
conceptually,
hobo.
yeah.
There's a difference.
Is there a reason you're discussing this in front of me?
Apologies.
It's all right. How can I help?
Well, we've been able to secure different work.
I have heard on the grapevine. Yes.
Thanks to Maybelline, and her paperwork skills, she was able to get, what's his name? Ari.
Ari.
A transfer that they wanted. Yeah. I'm hoping that that will help you.
Indeed. Yes. You've done me that favor. So I was waiting for you to cash in, but you made the smart choice and showed me that you can actually get multiple things done. So that's good.
We tried.
You've done more than try. You succeeded with a plum, and I appreciate that in my collaborators. My current fixation is still the same. The little starport ship that we were talking about. Obviously, anything that leads to that, I'm going to be more excited to hear about. But tell me what you're angling for. You don't have to tell me details if you don't want, but at the very least, what you need so you can do the thing, so you can execute the thing, so that you can.
Do the thing.
And he flutters his hands. He doesn't want to get too into detail. Like, he doesn't want to say escape because he's not stupid, but he does. He does
Go
that.
for a spa day. We
Yes,
should have like a code word for it.
Spa. Yeah. Well,
Or golfing.
golfing. It would actually be wonderful for golfing around here. If the atmosphere wasn't poisonous, I would say it's a tip-top location actually. Lots of open space.
Right. I don't know anything about golfing. I'm sorry.
I'm more talking in the theoretical sense. I don't obviously. Yeah.
Maybelline just pipes in. It's very relaxing, but you do need the right back suit.
I can imagine.
Right.
So,
Fire
what
punch.
can I do to return the favor?
Well,
And to my friends, I'm like, I'm done talking.
and Maybelline's just going to pull Marcus forward with her, just like, you're not having a choice, you're coming with. So Marcus here actually needs some electronic components.
All right. Could you be more specific?
I'm trying to turn a radio that we found into a communicator.
Ah.
Mm. I'd like to something that'll help us boost enough to get to what's the name of the nearby port?
Star City.
Star City. Thank you. So something that's going to have enough oomph, essentially, that Marcus can talk to a contact of his in Star City, and might put us in the position to do some additional favors, potentially. You understand?
Yes, I understand that you want to get in contact with someone. I remember that you were. Is the fighting pitch still on the cards here, or are we keeping our heads down now?
Potentially, it depends on how much we want to keep Atten alive, which at the moment we do.
At the moment, it's crazy.
Well, yes.
Considering we might only kill him a little bit, we just thought it might be better to give him a lower profile.
You strike me, Mr. Kelly, as someone that can make do with most things if given enough time, correct?
I'd say so, yeah.
Well then, I would say that your best bet, and we can start making this. He's going to want more tangible results, but I can get you in touch with our resident drunkard guard, I start the relationship. I provide some of my needs. You provide some of yours. We convince him that maybe it's a good idea for him when he is on a general shift of the ground course. And this is where you'll need to get yourself a position, Mr. Kelly, in somewhere on the surface level. At the same time, you head towards one of those ATVs. They're generally a little lax upon guarding them because it requires biometrics to turn it on. But that doesn't mean someone can't leave the doors unlocked and the engine block unlocked, if you understand what I'm saying. They also have radios of their own to keep in contact. You do a little combination work there, or perhaps take it with you, though I would say don't do that unless you are prepared to get caught. Perhaps have a swift exit strategy after that. But if you are feeling ballsy, you combine it there inside the vehicle, and you use the existing radio broadcasting of the vehicle, combined with the extra components that you... Well, actually, no, you didn't tell him that. No, hang on. Karen, you did a session or two ago. He knows about the power pack, doesn't he? I think you told him.
Mentioned that we were looking
No,
at vents,
I do...
and he's like, "Oh, yes, well, let me go with your vent."
Right. Okay, then.
Yes,
Well,
yeah,
then
yeah.
he wouldn't be able to fill that in. So
I'm
that would
pretty
be...
sure that that was just Marcus just dropped that.
No, he said he needed electronics.
Electronics for a radio he found.
Oh,
Yes.
well, there you go. I'll just massage the 2 points together. So take whatever you've got and combine it with the existing ATV technology. You do it subtly enough. Theoretically, no one will even know that you were there.
How many times do these ATVs get used?
More often in the spice season. In fact, I don't know how relevant that would be to your interests, but if you were planning to make either a temporary or permanent skip and a jump over to Star City, that might be the best way to do so. Signing up for spice mining. Quite dangerous, especially with all the wild scoggy around, but theoretically possible. That's generally what they use it for. And, of course, when prisoners escape. Also to drive the warden's girlfriend, now that I think about it. That happens.
Warden has a girlfriend?
Yes. Yeah, I mentioned it last session. There's a sexy
There's many
lady that occasionally
girlfriends?
visits.
Oh, I
This
thought that
was
Maybe it's
shortly
Maybelline.
before Stephen suggested that pimping Maybelline would be a good idea.
That is
right. I thought Jack, you said multiple sexy girls, and I was like,
Nope.
he's just got prostitutes, but no, he's
Nope,
got one.
just the one.
girlfriend. Let me adjust this in my notes.
I thought he said multiple as well. He
I
had,
have it
like,
written down as
pretty
multiple
ladies.
as well.
It's entirely possible I said multiple. That's not what I meant. Then
Okay.
I will accept the fault. It's more than, not the first time. Won't be the last.
Can't-
I think what actually was said, now that I'm reading it, is that he has a wife or a girlfriend. Then he also
Multiple
has
times?
extra.
Yes, misses.
He also has extra mistresses that show up
Yeah.
every so often.
Why not? Sure,
Yeah.
that's canon now.
Bit of
Concubines. No, but in all seriousness, no. It's one person.
He's got one.
Yes.
It's monogamous. So.
He is the monogamous. Well,
He's a
Probably
he's a
not.
prison warden. He's absolutely monogamous.
I was gonna say how short.
That is some corrupt bullshit right here.
If he's monogamous, then Maybelline's plan of sleeping him. It's just terrible.
That's
Well,
fair.
not really.
You really know how we're down.
I mean, if it was May's plan, it wouldn't be a terrible plan because it's Steven's plan. It's a terrible plan.
It's Even I'm at and most of it.
Yeah, I wouldn't do such a thing. Too much of a dad vibe.
Exactly. It's AI.
Did I?
You know, kiss, it's rock and roll. It's
Mm. Did I just say kisses AI?
Moving on. Did I answer
You're
your?
Jack.
No, I'm just ignoring you because you're talking nonsense.
That's like so bad.
Did I answer your question to your satisfaction? Did I? Is that sufficient to the favor, or do you want to press me for more?
No, I can definitely work something out with this. Maybe the next time Ward's girlfriend needs to be taken out on the ATV, maybe it malfunctions and someone needs to fix it.
Try and kill
Ah, that's clever. That's clever. I enjoy that.
Because I just did Marcus's sheet and I'm like, what do I feel like I'm missing a stat that I put on there deliberately? And yes, I have mechanics.
Well, don't forget, there are certain jobs on the surface that require mechanic things also. Octavia knows about that.
Yeah, I suppose I'll just bring it up here. I'll be like, yeah, I went to speak to one of the guards in the administration wing to try and like blow myself in, which worked. But they have more jobs available. They have need of people to go on the surface to go deal with their solar panel things, whatever, engineering of some kind. I should know what I'm talking about, but I don't know
Mechanics.
anything about.
Not engineering.
Sorry, mechanics. Yeah. So we could use probably a couple people, and also a janitor if anyone feels like doing that. But it might be a hard sell to get you guys out of the danger zone.
Well, feel free to discuss that. That all sounds bully and marvelous. You can figure that out on your own end. I quite like that concept that you had there. As always, if you do get in contact with someone, if I am getting down if I'm picking up what you're putting down, perhaps he can stop by so we can organize transport for people who happen to be making their way in a similar direction as I want my ship to go. Not saying that those are the people sitting in front of me. That would be absurd. But if that were to happen,
we're just planning a spa day.
Exactly. Everyone needs a little TLC.
Exactly. Well, good luck to all of you. I'll put you in touch with the guard, and as I said, it will be a start. He's a bit of a lush. He will expect a certain amount of. I'll be making the introduction, is what I'm saying. But to solidify it, that is up to you.
I think that's fair.
Curiosity.
Yes, my darling.
You don't happen to have any starchy root vegetables by any chance?
Ah, this is the squeezing part. Yes. Go on, please.
Yeah. Well, Octavia here. Very, very good at making toilet drugs, and as it turns out, toilet booze. We thought a little bit of, the old, that old bathtub gin, or, a sneaky little vodka or something like that just might be the ticket. But, we need something starch that can turn into alcohol. Sugar.
Mort would be the one to talk to there, but I'll tell you what. He's very precious about his kitchen, but you know what he needs.
We do.
And I think that I could probably, well, first of all, make a persuade. Intellect, please.
In persuade. Okay, so it's +2. And do I have anything with intellect? No. So that is a 5. And I'm gonna burn 3 luck to make it a pass to make it an 8.
All right. I
Potatoes.
Potato.
believe you've earned my trust enough that we can organize some sort of drop-off inside the danger zone of some more sufficient weapons. But if I might make some advice to you, based on
Of course.
the current structure of your little gang, you may want to even the odds a little bit if you're planning to take on this creature. However you want to do that is up to you, but you are, if I am not mistaken, sitting next to a rather brilliant chemist.
Yes. And a doctor. Between the two of them, I'm sure they can figure out something.
But that said, we can make a drop-off of certain ways to go and charge the beast and make a good story at the pub.
Sounds like a great plan. We'll let the boys know.
Oh, one more thing. Those weapons, they're to be left there once the situation is done. I don't want anything linking back to me until we've got the person you're trying to reach making contact with us.
That's very doable. There's someone might need them later on to deal with another cave dragon.
Perhaps. Is that acceptable to the gentleman? That means cult Atten, Marcus.
Sorry.
Otherwise, Maybelline will answer for you and just say
Yes,
yes.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
In La La Land. You know what? Actually,
Sorry,
I accept.
I'm just
No,
going through
Maybelline's
the-
second in command. Go ahead, Maybelline. Speak for them.
Yeah, Maybelline said they'll be fine. We'll make sure.
Wonderful. I'm good. And the boys are, what? What do we agree to?
Yep, sure.
Amazing. And with that, guys, we will take a little break. We will see you in 10 minutes or less. Thank you very much for watching. Say bye, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yeah. There we go. Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Sound off, guys.
Hi.
Perfect.
My
All
name's
right,
Ken,
so-
I'm once again asking for stable internet and a good night's sleep.
Yeah, he needs. Yes, right. Cam is not present. He basically said, "I need to go to bed," and we said, "Yes, please go do that."
Please.
Because the fucker gets up at like early morning every day, and has a child that is still in that age of everything's about me, and it's like, "Daddy, it's time to play," and goddamn if it isn't. Yeah, so with that in mind, Cam is going to be absent from this little part of the adventure. You have talked to Azax. Is there anything you guys want to say to him before we cut to what you guys want to do over the coming days?
In regards to getting the dragon back through customs, how are we going to go about that?
Are you asking in character? What's happening? That's not
In
Athens'
character
voice.
as well. I was like, yeah. In regards to getting the dragon back into actual area from the danger zone, we're just gonna bribe the guards, or what are we doing here?
Well, I suppose that's up to you to decide what you think is best. I would say, if you happen to mention it, they'll probably be excited to have it too. The guards may have better food than us, but dragon meat is a delicacy for a reason. They're bloody hard to kill.
It's like, oh, we totally were doing our work.
Look
and
what we
didn't go
found.
off and hunt this dragon. Yes, look, it was just sitting there on some guy's boat.
Again, a lot of guards are... You might not necessarily know this respectfully due to your habits of guard interaction so far. Generally speaking, guards are actually quite malleable, provided that you give them incentive.
Yeah, I know that. We know Perry in the control tower. He was
Yes.
very happy that we gave him some whiskey and didn't kill him. Now he's our friend.
Indeed. There you are. Good example.
All right. So
That said, if you want to be sneaky about it, you can. I have no idea how you would do that. That's a you question.
let's go hunting.
Okay. So, as we were discussing, it is kind of up to you what you want to do and in what order. So, speak up. Let me know what you're planning to do.
I'm going to get my knife.
I would love to have a conversation with Octavia,
All right.
if I may. Microphone down.
Hello?
Gremlin mode activated.
I was like, alright, find the energy. Alright.
Racks a line. Let's go.
What could we feed the ADHD to make it work?
It doesn't require much, to be fair.
No. Honestly, it would require probably 30 minutes of sleep. Anyway.
Indeed.
Okay.
No more. So Lyra will go up probably after we've chatted to Azax, and say, I heard you got a job outside.
Well, okay, no. I got a job offer for outside.
Sure.
I took an inside maintenance job in the hopes to maybe get into the record rooms or something. Or the computer rooms. Oh no, computer's broken down. Beep, 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 beep. Anyway, I've got plenty of bugs to share as well. So, yeah, I could technically, I suppose, we could, I don't know, I feel like if we can get one of the boys out of the danger zone, we could do it. And they seem quite desperate for mechanics to go out and deal with it, because it's like the solar panels or something. Keeps this place going. Oh, Actually, now that I think about it, that's a great idea. Someone could go out and fuck with them, and then
Yeah.
boom, no power!
Yep, and that's a great diversion for whatever we need to do.
If you were going
Yeah.
to do that, you would need to get yourself some sort of protection because the atmosphere outside the prison is poisonous. Not like toxic, but not great long term.
Love.
Yeah,
Or,
like for
like,
when you
you could
leave. Oh, right, because no power, no. Yeah, don't worry. Sorry, my brain's taking 10 minutes to catch up to things. It's fine.
So not 4chan, more Reddit. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, yeah.
Excellent example.
But we did find the thing that the Chaos Gremlin got real excited about for a moment there, which was
Incredible.
great.
I'm not saying don't do it. I'm just saying that that would be a natural 1 + 1 = 2 thought. If you
Yeah,
were going to
look,
do
I-
that, then you'd want to make sure that there's something keeping you safe.
I feel like it's a really good idea for like if we need to make a hot exit, you know, like a real hot exit. Especially since like I don't want to take the power out and then like kill everyone and help.
Well,
Oh
sweet
my
people
god!
would do that.
Like I don't have just like a clean record, but Jesus Christ, it doesn't need to be that long. Yeah. But yeah, I was thinking like, sorry, that was the burp.
I wish that someone was animating these moments. I was thinking,
Oh my
what?
god.
To be honest, I actually thought that was just an Octavia noise and did not class that as a burp.
It was a water burp. I had too much water. My body was just like, all right, burp it out. And I had no control. Okay. Ooh.
Sounded like you were being possessed.
That's what Octavia always sounds like. So,
Yeah, I was
It's
just
a
thinking that. That's
character.
just Octavia.
I was thinking,
yeah. God damn it, guys. Yeah, so like that's obviously a choice that we can do. Like I definitely don't want to kill people. I can't remember what I was saying before the burp happened. I apologize.
We don't wanna kill people, I think was the main.
I don't want to kill that many people. I'm kind of like Azax. Like, come on.
Yeah,
I don't
and there's
want him to die.
definitely people we don't want to die in here. I mean, there are people that I don't
No,
particularly.
I don't give a
care.
fuck, really. If I
No.
hadn't made any friends and I was just like,
Exactly.
oh, it's just me getting out for got the power. I don't know
Yeah.
what I'd do from
Speaking
there,
of
but
friends, is Kakur coming with us?
I don't know. Have you asked him?
I don't know. He's. You're the boss. I'm not gonna put things on him. You're the
He
bad
fucking
leader.
hates the danger zone. I would get
Yeah,
Octavia
I
to
don't
take
think
it.
it's a good vibe. I think it might be a good idea if he doesn't go down.
But we
He
could
might-
also like ask him because
Yeah,
Yeah,
let's
well, we
your
can ask.
boy. Sorry.
I will approach Kakur.
Oh no.
I will happily do that. Let's finish off what Lara and Octavia were talking about. Did you discuss what
Yeah.
you needed to?
So you're not going outside, is that correct?
I could like I'm pretty sure that guy was so desperate that I could be like, actually, I've made a decision and decided to go outside in the scary place.
If you're talking about the dust, it's not ready yet.
No, it's not
The
in
spice
season.
will not bloom until a month or so from now.
I thought it was like always available, but spice season was like better for dust. Okay.
No.
No, that's why the ATVs are coming back because they've done an excavation out there. Blah blah blah. Yeah.
Think of it like corn. Basically, like the corn might be growing, but it's not ready, right?
Sick.
Yeah.
In that.
God damn it, Nick. God damn
Didn't
it.
hear it.
Oh, all right.
Didn't hear it.
Reach that point of the evening, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't
Didn't hear
think I'm gonna be very productive from here on out.
Still
Anyway.
didn't hear it.
Oh good. Oh good.
Good.
Continue.
Um,
Please.
In that case, I think, how about you and I, Octavia, because I think the rest are going down. Maybe not Maybelline. Maybe not Maybelline. I'm so sorry.
Maybe not Maybelline.
There's a reason I chose the name, everybody.
Yeah.
Legally distinct Maybelline.
I noticed
That's why I
that
originally changed the spelling, and then it accidentally got changed back. That's
I was gonna say
how
that
stream started.
the title is the title on Twitch is just the non-legally distinct Maybelline.
Okay,
Which is
okay,
excellent.
fine.
How about we stay up here because I know I'll be useless in a fight, and I don't have anything to heal them with or anything like that. Even if I'm down there, I'm useless.
They're not gonna
Um,
find me a sword to be
exactly.
able to fight with right now. So.
Exactly. So I reckon we stay up here and
Actually, just to interrupt, it's almost
Yeah.
certainly it would be melee, Octavia, if that matters. It wouldn't be a sword, but it would use that same skill, just to be clear.
No, actually, it doesn't. It specifically uses a different skill because I am
What's that?
actually melee blade.
Yeah, that's what,
I'm
so
good
that's
at
where
melee
Yeah.
unarmored and melee blade.
both of those would apply in probably what's
going in with
going
a
to be
kitchen
provided
knife.
by ASX.
A kitchen knife is not a sword.
It's
Anyway,
a blade, though.
It
I
would
think
count.
yes, you're right, but I don't think it's wise either. Sure, she's
character.
great, but you're gonna be fucking. She's gonna be dead. Like,
I was gonna say,
I'm just
Swift
pointing it out in
as
case you weren't aware.
She's also
mechanically speaking.
sober, so.
True.
She's man enough not to.
So what can
Well-
we do up here while
well,
they're
I have a couple of things, which is good.
Mm.
I'll go check the vents.
Yeah.
Just make sure. Maybe we can even make contact with random dude that keeps looking at it, just in case, because maybe he's like, I have parts. And if we
Yeah,
can maybe be like, well, we're trying to get the fuck out of Dodge. Maybe you can help. Because, like, who doesn't want to get the fuck out of Dodge? Anyway, yeah, I think that should be. I think that's a priority for me, at least. I can get up in there and fuck around. We should probably start thinking about making this, well, we've got to do a toilet of drugs and a toilet of booze.
two separate
Speaking
What is
of drugs.
You've gone to go speak to Kaka.
A problem about
Wibbly
that
wobbly time.
is that we only have one toilet. In our
Well-
cell.
don't we have multiple? Oh, you and I only have one cell, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, that's I think a hump
can-
maybe we can overcome while they're
Yeah,
all fucking.
that's not our biggest problem at the moment. I don't think.
Maybelline will offer her toilet. It's fine.
Incredible.
So,
She-
just to
she
be
will
clear,
talk her way
because
into another toilet.
Jack is a little lost, you guys are working on what presently? What's your first step?
Okay, so the idea is that when everyone, because Lyra and Octavia are fucking trash at like anything, when it comes to like fighting. At fighting, sorry, I was still continuing my conversation. I would never do that. Anyway, yeah, I think that they're planning on. They've got a couple little things that they can do. They, Octavia hasn't even had a first day as like maintenance, so she could be fucking around in computers and shit for all we know tomorrow. We've got to go get the vents.
Yep.
So maybe that's
Yeah, the thing in
Octavia's job. She goes vents, and maybe Lyra goes and speaks to man that's been staring at vents.
Yeah, I was thinking, sir, I have a couple of people to chat to. Now that I am allowed to go into the infirmary pretty regularly, I'm gonna have a chat to the doctor and see if, because as far as I remember, he was in on the whole Talbot drugs thing. So I might chat to him and just be like, hey, is there an agreement that we can come to? Because he gets a cut of the profits from whatever drugs we sell anyway. So
Is there anything that you guys want to be doing to assist the boys down in the danger zone directly? Not as in being physically there. I just
No,
need to
not
know
physically.
if you're helping in some way before they
Would
leave.
your coagulants be very
Yeah.
useful if we put them on our blade?
yeah, that's what I was thinking, but I've already offered them as collateral.
I can give you
Um,
bugs. Everyone gets bugs.
True. I mean, I have bugs. To be fair, I could swap them out for collateral.
So also, but this is the question that Maybelline's going to actually ask in character. Do your bugs have like an injection delivery system, or can they be rigged to have one? Because look, Doc, if you can get some sort of like sedative or anything like that that's gonna make this thing like sleepier, weaker, I don't really care. Just anything that's gonna make it like my endurance is trash. I still haven't quite recovered from several weeks ago. Out of character. My endurance is still 2, everybody.
Love
You don't want to fight yet.
Not
'cause
Do you-
I looked at
have
my
you-
character.
Have you been rolling recovery stuff, or is Jack
No,
neglected to
because-
remind you? Okay.
We have neglected to remind because I did ask about
Okay.
it like the last session I was in, but it got sidetracked.
Right. Okay.
Which is fine. Like I can handle that at the end.
What I'll say is just hand wave that. Just you're up to full at this point.
Okay.
Technically speaking, there's rolling, but I've forgotten. You've forgotten. Let's just.
It's been
assume.
like 3 weeks anyway,
Yeah.
in a
so
really long time.
Exactly.
Statistically, it's
I
likely
just
that
need
you're
to
at
remember
full.
what my endurance was. which
Um,
which I will do that later.
I can go to the doctor and maybe cut him in on the profits of some of the dragon meat if we can get some of the anesthetic, sedative, something like that. I can do that now.
Where
No,
do my
Give me a
bugs-
intellect test, Lara.
intellect, just straight intellect.
Yep.
Fuck. For 6. 6, and I'm gonna burn 2 luck for 8.
Cool. I would say there you could do one thing or the other thing or both, depending on how much time you want to take. Maybe both would be beneficial depending on how much time you think you have to get things rolling. But the arming of the weapons is good, but the situation with Atten getting a kitchen job might mean that you can get yourselves, if nothing else, something equivalent to raw meat or something that the creature would eat. If you can find out inside the medical area what it's likely to eat, you could then dose it up with something very potent that either puts it to sleep or maybe even poisons it.
Sick. Yeah, that's just the thing that I'm going to do, I think, because that's probably how it's most helpful.
Yep.
If that information is available in the info, which I guess it might be.
Either that or the ships, the computers in the area might do so as well. Yep.
Octavia, I'm sensing dual run here.
That's why I feel like it's the most sense for us to
Yeah.
stay back, because we
Yeah,
have
we
our
can't
strength doing other random shit.
Yeah.
So, is there a reason why the bug came up? Because the bugs are so small that they live in your ear, and you won't notice.
Well, that was actually kind of the idea that it could sneak up on them as a potential. If we maybe have them as a background, because if we can get stuff in the food, then it's probably less an issue. But if we fuck up,
The bug can't do anything other than their normal stuff. I would need like weeks of tinkering to be able to do
and that's why I asked the question.
Sorry, we got kind of sidetracked. It's like, wait, where's bugs coming in?
That's okay. So if they can't do anything like firing injectables or using injectables, then that's a different story. Do any of them have any thinking capabilities?
They have everything. I
Well,
have
then
so many things I can do with them.
Well, anything going to help us like have advance warning, tracking of this cave dragon thing, that would be amazing.
You're gonna
That
need
makes
to
a lot
find
of
the cave
sense.
dragon.
Yeah,
It can be tracked.
yeah.
Okay, because you're gonna have to like. They won't be able to like them at the entrance of a cave and be like, please track the
Maybelline.
dragon.
Give me an intellect test as well, if you don't mind, please.
Just straight intellect.
Yep.
Okay, so just one die then.
Yep. No, 2d6 intellect.
Okay, I'll do that properly then. That's a 7.
7.
Oh,
okay.
it can. Hang on. I just read what my bugs could do. I'll just let you know.
Okay, I'm
I'll
going
let
to
you
continue with
know.
my thought, and
Okay.
then you can jump in with yours, Karen.
I'll go
7.
later. Yep.
I can burn a luck point to make it
I
8.
would. I would.
Okay, burning a luck
'Cause
point. I've got
Otherwise,
one luck
I'm
point left.
choosing a way to be obscure. Okay, so if you figure out enough about the creature if the logic train goes from, because again, I'm assuming you guys are sharing everything to do with your with what you've discovered, even if it's not specifically stated on camera. Please let me know if you're keeping anything a secret. But with that in mind, if you follow the logic train of what I explained to Colt before, of this might lead to the surface in some way, you may well, in addition to what you do with the creature, you may either be able to do something else or have your cake and eat it too. If you can motivate it to, it will instinctually know which cave system is the surface cave system. Which means you could then track that through your computer use, and then you know, if nothing else, what cave. You wouldn't necessarily know what it ends up in, but you would know left, right, left, 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 right, left, 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 and you would know which way to go. Does that make sense?
So if, just so I'm clear, so if we work out how to incentivize it to leave the area that we find it in and reach the surface, we can do that.
Theoretically, you could track it through the bugs, as you mentioned.
Yeah, so long as we can incentivize it to fuck off, basically.
Exactly.
And then something really cool. We don't even need the fucking dragon. My bugs can scan shit. They can find DNA traces. They can find fucking chemical taints. They'll be able to pick up where the oxygen is the best and not the best. It is like my most expensive bug, but I'm more than happy for it to go and have a little exploration. I have several of them, so like it's not that much of a big deal, but yeah. Sorry, I just read it. I literally have them like spyware living in my ears.
Pretty much, yeah. You could certainly do that in addition to. It's more just that's the
problem is the bugs can't be read by other than me.
Oh, so you might have to.
Does that mean you need to come down? Like, does that mean you need to go into the danger zone?
They might be able to be picked up by Atten if his computer brain is good enough.
You wouldn't be able to reach him down in the danger zone. There'd be too much radiation.
I do have the best computer brain.
Yeah, no. I mean, he could read off of the bugs.
Theoretically,
I could sync up to it.
Yeah, I think that.
I mean, you have the same computer brain.
Yeah.
Okay, so if we take a day or so, or however long you think you need to do that, we use that as a backup to also getting the cave dragon, just in case, so we don't fuck ourselves over.
Give ourselves more information. The more information we get, the better.
Yeah, because the bugs can still like stay and do their thing, and theoretically, I guess, go back to like the last place that they scanned and then continue scanning while Atten's down in the danger zone for his shifts. That will still take a little bit of time, but probably enough that we can map the most likely routes. Yeah, I think we can still try and chase the cave dragon out towards the surface and do that, but just in case that fails and it dies, we've got a backup plan, which is great. In the meantime, both Elira and Octavia are going to do their jobs. Octavia's going to do maintenance-y shit, try and build some more trust, see if you can get your hands on anything fun, electronic-wise and other stuff while you're maintenance-y. And Dr. Larry, you are going to try and get your hands on whatever drugs you can while you're in the infirmary.
You also have to grab the radio.
You also have to grab the radio as well.
We've got to make sure that that's still there, because it may not be still there, and then if that's not still there,
yeah, and I think that's going to be your first priority. So if we're all clear with that, and then that probably means that what Maybelline doesn't really have any like fighting skills, but she can still be down there to like, you know, help with the meat and shit like that if you think you need an extra person. And then it'll be effectively like Marcus, Colt, and Atten going down and going to the cave dragon.
I'll just quickly also let you know with the bugs, they have two different they're either active or passive. So if you choose them to be active, you can literally send them off and they will transmit it real time to you. Or passive, where it'll just record, and then when it you activate it,
Comes
it'll come
back.
back to you. So you have that, and with
So in theory, we could leave them down there if we had to, and they'll do their thing. Is that what you're saying?
A boy.
yeah.
A lad.
A boy!
A
It's
boy.
a baby.
Hey, Bubba.
Aw.
Help me, father. Help.
Oh,
Okay. all good.
he's so cute.
A
Sorry.
boy.
I
He's
miss
the
him
baby.
so much.
Yeah.
He misses your tummy touch.
I miss Shez. I miss
Yeah.
my little Shez.
Yeah,
face.
yeah, you're on the same wavelength. You two. She's Abby.
is
You've
my
met
baby.
Shez. Shez is the only one that comes out for people. Sorry, Karen is the only one Shez will come out for. That's what I meant to say.
Aw.
Yep.
Yeah, it's because the
Very
amount of
shy.
times that I would just rock up to Jack's place while Jack
Mm.
and Izzy were both at work and being like, "Hello, I live on your couch for the next week." Hello.
All right, so back to business. So we're gonna go in reverse, I think. First of all, Nick, can I get you to roll a d6 for me? This is to see how many weeks it takes to get things properly in place for what you're asking for.
2.
2. Perfect. 2 weeks. Okay, so with that in mind, Octavia, I'm going to say, did you have a particular conversation in mind when it comes to Vent Watcher, or did you just want to establish some sort of relationship or something?
Yeah, I think at this point, I think it's like she physically needs to go see the radio first and maybe take it back with her if she can, or at least put it in a different space, and then she could make the contact, and it depending on what the reaction is, it could be a ransom.
Okay.
At this point, I don't think she's willing to take shit, and she's sober now, so.
Okay, so are you trying to have a friendly conversation, or are you trying to take it and then threaten him?
I'm trying to move it to a place that I would know, even if it's still in the vents, just another fucking vent somewhere.
Understand.
And then just make contact and be like, oh, I saw your eyes poking, and I had a little explore, and found some things, and I'm not gonna say anything, but I can help you, and we can help each other, sort of vibe.
Okay, so you're trying to secure it and move it first, which means we need to find out if it's been moved before you decide to move in on it. So with that in mind, can I get...
I actually would know. I put a bug there. I left a bug.
Right.
So I would know.
Well, the same thing applies, because we still need to have a roll to see if that happens.
Yeah, of course. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah. So basically, what I'm going to get Maybelline to do, because she is the lowest luck, is to roll a d6, and you need to get a 1.
Oh,
Because
no.
you got a 1.
I
and
don't like
nothing
my
else.
chances.
You got this.
No, I rolled a 5.
A 5. Okay, so obviously you're aware of the power pack and its proximity. So what I'm going to say is I'll get you to make a luck check of your own, Octavia, to see if you're in a position to do anything about it, as you're noticing.
Was that just 1d6 or 2d6?
1d6. I believe I keep going back and forth on this, but let's go with 1d6 for now. Sorry.
Because
Problem with
that was
homebrew rules.
yeah. I got a 5 on that,
And what is your luck?
currently? Oh yes, a 6 luck.
Okay. So you have managed to get under your luck, which is what we need. So you are, I would say, in a situation where once again you're not required to mine, so you're in a little bit more of a better spot to kind of do whatever it is you need to do. You notice it doing work probably around, I would say a good chunk of your work as maintenance is doing some basic gardening around the fence that surrounds the warden's residence. Because even around there, you would notice that. Now, obviously, you're being watched to some degree, but you can feel the proximity of the bug. I'm not quite sure how it works if you can tap into visuals, but either way, you know instinctually that the gentleman watching the vent is probably securing. As far as it... Well, actually, it's probably a good question. Let's find out. Can you just suddenly, I am watching the bugs thing?
Yes.
Like,
So
you can-
I've got a computer in my brain. So
Right.
Yeah.
So,
not as fang-dangled as someone's, but it's
Yeah.
fang-dangled enough.
okay. So I guess my question would be, would Octavia, because I imagine that it's somewhat kind of like, a high school student trying to act like they're not on the phone, so to speak. You're kind of doing maintenance, and all of a sudden you're like, regardless your body of your intent, your body's going to be somewhat still, not frozen, not seizure, but you're definitely going to be like and would you want to potentially risk that for a visual, or are you happy to just be given the alert?
It's absolutely fine to get a visual because she probably knowing now that she can finally see writing on walls and stuff, and they don't meld together, that something like that would happen. So like, she is already known to just stand in front of walls and whisper and talk, so she's just gonna hopefully play it off, mate. She's already batshit, so
Yep, that's fine. So I'll just get you to make a stealth check, but this is going to be intellect in this case, because you're basically trying to be noticed, but not enough for it to be a problem, I guess.
yeah, right. Yeah, like 12.
All right. So yes, you can.
Sorry, I mean 10. 10.
Right.
It's a minus to my intellect.
Yeah. You do see the gentleman crawling. Actually, hang on. Yeah. You see the gentleman crawling through the vent. He is moving to secure it. You are currently being watched by the guards. Theoretically, you could skive off if you wanted to, but yeah.
Yeah. I think what I'll do is, I think that's the time where she's like, alright, time to fucking pivot. And maybe just go speak to him first. She can always go explore vents again if needed.
Can you control the bug?
Let me have a look ski. Bug 101. Look, there's not much info about the bugs. It's like 2 paragraphs.
Right. Okay.
Yeah. There's not much.
The reason I ask is because one thing you could do from here in the interim, just because we're coming up on 10:30, if you wanted to, I imagine that your bug could theoretically track where he's taking it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Right.
So the thing is about the bugs is that they're like highly intelligent. Like the highest bug, it's not the highest bug, but it's one of the higher ones. The highest bug's intelligence is bigger than mine. It is more intelligent than I am. So yeah, I feel that like it probably would understand that there is some sort of understanding between it.
I understand. So if you wanted to try it, you can attempt to make I imagine, we'll say a stealth test, but it's I'm going to say it's a straight 2d6. I don't know if it has a stat block. I assume not. So I will say it would probably be a +2, but I'm also going to give it a -2 because it's a tiny vent and it's not particularly difficult to spot something moving in there. So it would have to be particularly subtle. So it's a straight 2d6 in this context. The difficulty 8.
I just rolled an 8, a 5 and a 3.
Okay. So he begins to take his way over. We will come back to what that means next week. So
that's
feel
fine.
free to write it down.
I'm more than happy. Yeah.
But in the meantime, Colt, is there anything in particular you would be doing in these 2 weeks to set yourself up, or is it basically just kind of keeping your head down, so to speak?
I'll be probably working on that shaft if I can every now and then, but must just keep my head down because
the shaft, that's clever.
Just a heads up, I don't know if it was like brought up I brought it up last week, but I don't know if it was said. Literally everyone has at least one bug.
Yep.
From Octavia.
Oh.
She has given everyone a bug. That's how many bugs I have on me right now.
Fucking bugs.
After giving the bugs that I've given, I still have 10 bugs. So we're good.
I think like 5. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Give me
Yeah,
a stealth test, Nick. Dexterity, please. Good to know, though, Karen. Thank you.
just in case Nick wanted to use them.
Oh, right. Good point. Yeah. I understand. Oh,
I'm
yeah,
gonna
right, of course.
do luck and go to 8.
Okay. 2 weeks is quite a while. It's not enough to clear it, obviously, but what I would say is that you can confirm that it does seem to go up to the surface based on how far up you can see. And would you want to use Octavia's bug at this point? Because you probably could theoretically figure that out definitively.
Yeah, if it's got enough room to go up there, I'll just sort of turn the bug on,
Yeah.
throw it up, and let it scamper
Yeah.
off and get it out.
Yes, absolutely. It ends up in a one of the abandoned buildings. It's completely decrepit in there. It's empty of anything. Anything people-wise, anyway.
I'm just gonna quickly jump in. I gotta love your leave, you guys. I'm fading very fast. I know we're near the end, but I need to go.
No problemo.
No worries.
Okie dokie.
Sorry, but yeah. Me.
All right. Abby?
So I am mainly just gonna go ask the doctor in the infirmary about the sedatives or poisons or etc. that I can put into the meat. Other than that, just kind of get in with the doctor in general, do the best work that I
Right.
can in the infirmary, start soapboxing my medic workshops, for lack of a better term. Just basically trying to get as improved a reputation as I can, especially within the more like medical field of people in this prison. Yeah.
Okay. What do you want to roll for that? Those were a lot of things.
So yeah. So to get the sedative or poison, would that be a roll or a conversation or both?
If you're talking about the cave dragon, what you'd need to do first would be find out what it eats and how its physiology works. So we'll cut to Maybelline, and depending on what she figures out, that will determine the difficulty of what you roll. So Maybelline, if you're happy to, just go ahead and give me a... Do you have computers by any chance? Electronics computer? No?
No, I don't.
Okay, so I would say in this situation then it's a what we can do is if we're fine with hand waving, what the bugs can do, Karen, is we can basically kind of make it a USB sort of thing where the bug is sort of helping Maybelline. It will be electronics computers, Maybelline, but it will be with a boon die. So you'll be untrained, but you have a boon die.
Okay. 3 dice it is. Yeah. That is 14.
Wow. Okay. So actually, is it boon die an extra d6? I actually don't remember.
Boon die is an extra d6, yeah.
We've been
As
using
in
it as an
added
extra
to the
D6.
total? Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's meant to replace the highest one. Jack genuinely can't remember, and I'm getting tired too. But yeah, either way, success. Totally
I think
fine.
it's meant to like replace the lowest one. It's not like an extra d6 added.
That's okay.
Like...
We'll talk about it later. But either way, we'll take it as is for now because that's what we've done. But it's a discussion for another time. Thank you, Karen. I appreciate it. So that means that you can mark that, which means that it's something you can roll for to train in, Maybelline, okay? With that in mind, you find out quite a bit, which means, Lyra, you can now make your medic roll with, I'll say a boon die as well.
Vibes, okay. This is medic intellect, I assume?
Yes. No, education in this case.
Oh, education, okay, cool. Oh, that's very good. 15.
Cool. All right. With that in mind, yeah, you are able to synthesize quite a convincing brew, and we will pick up next week with Stephen getting that ready for the meet, possibly with a tracker involved in that in some fashion. So with that, ladles and jelly spoons, we will leave it there. Thank you very much for watching. We've obviously got some tired ladles and jelly spoons here as well. So we're just gonna go. Hey, thank you very much for watching. And
Get the
let's
fuck outta
see,
here.
who shall we raid? Who's online?
That's a
Stand
good
by.
question.
Let's have a look.
Them do it.
Lost Coast is on. Mike
What'd you say?
Moons. Corsair Coast.
Yeah, let's raid Corsair's Cove. It's been a minute.
LNL's on there.
All right. Say hello to Corsair's Cove for me, everybody. Thank you very much for watching. We hope you have a good rest of your time zone. We'll be back. Same bat time, same bat channel next week. Say bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
And then you see it.
What? Gandalf. See what?
White shores. And beyond. The far green country. Into a swift sunrise.